Hey, my collective, welcome to tonight's reading. So, I had an interesting day today at work. I had a client cancel on me in the morning, so I had a free hour. I thought I was going to spend my time doing what I do, playing on TikTok, looking at YouTube videos, and I started getting channeled. It was a lot of information, so I went ahead and wrote everything on my phone in my notes, and it's a lot, so bear with me. But this is kind of the energy that has been going on for my collective for a while now, and I feel like we're so close. I heard we're on the brink of a new beginning, a new change. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm going to be reading a lot. It was a long message, but just bear with me, okay, guys? So this is the Most High. This is the Divine speaking through to me and me writing this on paper. Here we go. So it says, you are being transformed in a way that you never seen coming. In a way you didn't know change could exist. I am uprooting your gifts and what rightfully belongs to you. I'm going to make you see life not only how good it can be in your eyes, but in ways you never thought to be possible. I'm going to teach you how to move in this life so that manifestations are constantly pouring into you. You will no longer work for what you want or need. In your trust, in your rest in me, I will provide it all for you. I'm doing this because you are finally starting to see this matrix for what it really is. You have tapped in. So much is about to change and come towards you because of your effort of letting go, not the effort of works, but of letting go. You are starting to see that the letting go was always the secret recipe to your life that you needed. You finally found it. I'm removing all your ideas of what you think your life is supposed to look like right now at your age. You are coming to an age of wisdom, of a gratefulness for what you have in this present moment. I can't help but to keep giving you more. In the past, you thought you were alone. You never were alone. You were just blinded by thought forms and family curses. I'm granting you to see. I am showing you how beautiful it can be in your stillness, to be in your singleness. And that was funny, Spirit was like, ha, like it was like a loud, like, ha. You might not even want to move from this space after what I'm about to show you. The peace you will find by resting in me. There are so many beautiful people you have yet to meet, travel with, laugh with, share dinners with. Frequency? It's always about frequency. Study it, think it, dream about it, make it a part of you. That's what plays out your experiences here. I am ready now to show you how much better this life can be. Get ready. So yeah, I'm going to take a drink to that. That was a lot. We're definitely going to pull some cards as well. But you know, it's funny. There's a lot of people who channel, and they always mention that a lot of the channelers say that when they channel, they get like a runny nose, or like their sinuses start kicking in. That's never happened to me until today. I was literally dripping. I was like, what is happening? I know I'm not sick. And then it just popped in my head like I was channeled, and it was such a strong feeling that came over me, and Spirit just really wanted me to share that with you guys, because I believe that if you come across this channel, this is meant for you. Someone out here needed to hear it. There's something about this letting go. And it's funny because I feel that energy in my collective, and I'm also going through something similar. And, you know, we're all in this together at the end of the day. If you come across my channel, we're in the same energy. You attract what you are. So I'm not surprised that we're kind of going through the same things. And this recently hit me with the whole resting. That's something I've always struggled with. I being a single mom, I've always felt this need to always be on the go, always having to do something. And I noticed recently in the weeks, you know, the more I've stopped myself, becoming aware of my actions on a daily basis and the way that I think, I've learned to be more aware of them and stop myself before I start doing something. You know, if I worked all day, I'm a massage therapist. So if I massage 5 or 6 people a day, the usual old self would want to come home and find something to clean or meal prep or just find something to do. I didn't grow up in rest. I always felt the need to always do something. I grew up in an old school Spanish household. It was like, if you weren't busting your ass, then you were called lazy, or, you know, what are you doing? You're just laying there, you're just watching TV. Feeling guilty for taking naps. I still struggle with that. I literally took a nap, what was it, yesterday or the day before yesterday, and I forced myself to take the nap because I said, I know my body wants it, I need it, and I want it. Why can't I have this nap? I just worked all day long, and I worked out. I was so tired. So I said, you know what, I'm going to take a nap. And usually I put an alarm for myself. I stopped doing it because you know what happens? I always sleep with the alarm because my body needs rest. Who out there is refusing to give their body rest? And then they wonder why they're cranky. They wonder why they're having a bad day. You know, I'm not saying to be a bum and to only sleep all day and not work. There's just, you know, setting those boundaries for yourself and having enough respect for yourself and your body and for your soul to know that you need time for you too. Isn't it funny though? Feeling guilty or kicking yourself in the butt because you took a nap. Now I just don't put my alarm. I say, you know what? I wake up when I wake up. Or I tell my son, unless there's an emergency, don't wake me up. I don't need an alarm. My body's the alarm. My body will know when it is enough. And once I started acting this way, once I started to make these sort of changes and becoming more aware and active in my thinking and the way that I do things and how I spend my time in my day, I've literally been getting blessed left and right with all sorts of things. And it's like the message said, it's not in my efforts. Spirit, you know, God already knows what we want. He made us. So how would he not know what we want or need? And I've been getting blessed left and right with all kinds of things. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm in a good space right now, energetically. How do I keep this? How do I continue? And sometimes, you know, we're human. We fail, but failure is not a destination. You just, you know, pick yourself up from where you left off. And I'd like to continue this, and I hope you guys do too. There's so many things in life that can distract us from the things that we really want, or the things that we want to do other than what's, you know, presented in front of us. Another example I could share is being a massage therapist. There's a lot of people who tend to call out. I've always been the go-to person to where if they needed an extra person or they're like, oh my God, they need someone called out. Can you come save us? I'd be over here working a double, massaging 10 people to help somebody out. And at the end of the day, I would think about it. I say, are they going to give me a raise for this? No. Who's going to be mentally and physically exhausted? And not only that, people don't understand, like people who don't do spiritual work are usually healers or shamans. Like, we know there's something that happens when you put your hands on people. And you won't know about it until you experience it yourself. And I've massaged thousands of bodies, okay? And especially now in my shaman training, I'm almost done with my shaman training. I feel it all. So it can affect you. It can overload you, because when you're doing these massages, it's not like they allow you to take a break. You know, what I would like to do, or what I do as soon as I get home, I come lay on my grass for at least 10 minutes, front and back, hang out there with my dog, allow we call Pachamama, the energy source, the earth, the Mother Earth, to take away all that I just, took off people. Sometimes those things linger. So understanding also they're human and they don't know any better, but learning how to now set boundaries for myself. They just messaged me yesterday to do that today. They wanted me to do a double. And I said, you know what? I'm sorry, I can't. I was about to say yes. And that's when I was like, oh, wait, I forgot we're not doing this anymore. Like, Denise, did you forget? You're the new you, new year, new me. And we're not overworking, because we don't need to. So that happened. And then, I've noticed I'm getting bigger tips at work, blessings left and right. So stay in that energy. I don't know what your situation, I know everyone's not a massage therapist, but you know what it is that you guys want to work on, or the things that you want to manifest in your life. Focus on those things. Be in that frequency. Be in that energy. I was listening to this lady on TikTok today, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love how she explained it, but she was talking about single women and how if you want to attract a quality man, to be in the frequency of kind of meditating on what it would feel like if a man came to you and said, I will take care of you. You don't have to worry about anything. I will provide for you. I will provide safety. I will allow you to, achieve your, work on your dreams, whatever it is, while I take care of you. And just being in that frequency. And how would it feel like if a man was to tell you this? Feels good, right? Gets me a little tingly inside. I get a little excited. Daddy vibes. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop. But you guys get the gist of it, basically. But let's go ahead and get into these cards, because I feel like I'm just rambling now. Spirit, if there's something you want to speak to our collective. Oh, okay. That's a lot of cards. Let's see what we got here. We have the Ten of Water. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. Sorry, that little ring is kind of annoying. I'm trying to hold it still. Damn it. There we go. I think it's because it was too close. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. So for a lot of you, I'm feeling there's going to be this newness where you guys are literally, I just heard old friend wipe out. You're not going to be hanging out with the same people that you used to. They're not even going to be interesting to you anymore. They're either just going to fall off, or you're going to notice that you're going to be sitting with someone at a bar one day and you're like, first of all, why am I here? What am I doing here? I'm wasting my time. This is boring. This is not me anymore. You're going to be surrounding yourself around more people that are like-minded to the frequency that you're in right now. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm drinking a fizzy water, and fizzy water is giving me, excuse me. I see a group of you hanging out with people who are very family oriented. If you don't have kids, you're still going to hang around people who do have kids. People that are a little bit more, I already said family oriented, but you know, people who have things going on for themselves, people who have goals, people who are constantly trying to make their lives better, whether they be really into fitness, someone who's into business, these people that you're going to be surrounding yourself with now are going to be people who can teach you something. Not somebody that you just go out, hang out with, go to the bar, or go dancing with. Sure, that's fun, but that shit gets old. It gets old. We get older. We grow up. Some people don't. Okay? So I see that for a lot of you. And this is for someone... Oops, sorry, I kicked the... This is for someone specific. Some of you might struggle with this because you guys are so used to... I just heard takers. You guys are so used to people who are a bunch of takers. People who act like they're your friend or in their friendship because of what you do for them. But because you start to set these boundaries for yourself and you start calling out things for what they are, I just heard calling out their bullshit, that's going to rub people the wrong way, and that's going to allow them to easily remove themselves out of your life. Thank you for doing me the favor. This is the other card. Oh my God, I'm trying to maneuver this so you guys can see it. I think I just have to sit still. I was trying to go. Review and evaluate. Why can't I read that? Review and evaluate. Closer. A favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. What was I just saying? So you guys are going about things in such a new and different way. And this is Archangel Jeremiah. Am I saying that right? Jeremiah. If you guys want to tap into his energy, he is with you on that direction, guiding you in the way that you need to go, guiding you with the people that you need to surround yourself with. Don't be surprised if you guys wake up one day and you just think, oh man, I would have never thought, like, in my old life, I would never hang out with someone. Like, I never thought I would hang out with a person like this. Or you're very different from what I used to hang out with, or the type of person, or even dating, a different type of person that I usually date. And then you're going to see, there's something about, I just heard fruitfulness. You know what it is? These new friendships, these new things are actually going to hold sustenance. And you guys have never had that before. But you're about to have it now. It's super exciting. You did get a bunch of cards, but I don't care. I'm going to read them all because I felt like they literally just popped out in my face. So I think you guys were meant to hear this. I'm going to read it before I show you the card. So this is Archangel Uriel. Happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead you to success. Have confidence in yourself. I guess you can kind of see him there. Sorry guys, this is not good. I just heard there's someone here that has been wanting to do something. I feel like for some of you, you started something in the past and now it's coming up again. And these new people, the new people that you're surrounding yourself with, they may be people that are doing what you've been wanting to do. So what is it that people say, right? Surround yourself around the people that you want to become. So somehow these people are going to magnetize towards you because of this. So you want to hear something funny? So I've been looking into studying cybersecurity, and I actually am doing it because it's just something that I've always wanted to do school-wise. And it's funny how the moment I picked up on this, like studying for my certificates and stuff like that so I can get a job, I've been randomly just bumping into people who work for IT and cybersecurity specifically. And I'm just thinking, like, isn't it so funny? I feel like that's the way that God moves, or how the universe likes to provide these things. All you have to do is make the first step. If you have this thought in your mind, this idea, it's because God put it there. God wants you, you know, and it can lead you to all kinds of things, you know. I'm not saying that you guys have to go to school or anything like that. This is just my personal journey. That's something that I've always kind of wanted to do for myself. So, I mean, it could be a short journey, it could be a long one. I've been like that. That is an idea that God put in me, that I know that it will lead me to where, who knows, my new tribe, my new, you know, the love of my life. You know, we don't know. The whole point is for us to take that first step and allow and let go of how things are going to work out, or how am I going to do this. You just take that first step and spirit will do the rest. Then this other card we have, the Six of Fire, is victory. Good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards. I hear someone here, whether you be on TikTok, YouTube, even I just heard work, something at work, you're being recognized for something. You're gonna be, I heard, put in the limelight. I don't even know what that means. I guess being put, like, the attention is gonna be put on you. And I just heard a lot of people are not gonna like this. You know, it's the old people, which we don't care. Old people, old energy, right? Like, when did it ever matter, right, what they thought about you? Because when they were even around, how did they solidify, or how did they benefit your life in any way other than, I don't know, maybe talk shit behind your back and you found out about it, but they want to sit there and still act like they're your friends because they want to keep taking from you. I just heard something about a raise. There's someone here, be careful. Excuse me. You have to be careful about your plans and who you tell your stuff to. And I know I've said that on my channel before, but I'm hearing a specific message for this. And this is for someone specific, or for a specific group of you guys. And it's this. I'm not a religious person. I actually grew up super Christian. I still believe in Christ and the Christ energy. But I just thought it was so funny. I was thinking about this today, and I seen, once again, the TikTok. There was this guy on TikTok, and he was talking about, it's funny, I know I was meant to see that video because I was meant to share this, but he was talking about how he had all these followers, right? And somehow he only picked 12 to be his disciples. And he goes, oh, do you think he cared about what all the followers felt? He made his decision. He did what he did. He picked the 12. But also in the scripture, excuse me, they talk about how whenever there was an issue or Jesus wanted to speak about something specific or share something, he always pulled 3 of his disciples. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it was, for sure I know it was Peter, I think Luke, and, oh my gosh, who was the third one? I don't know, but there was 3 of them. And the guy was saying how he started studying that, and he noticed, man, he always only picks the 3. It was like he knew out of the 12, because he loved everyone equally, but sometimes you can't be just telling anybody everything. And God knew that. Jesus knew that. Even then, in being human, he was like, oh, I can't share this with everybody. I can't share this insight, because not only will not everyone understand, but not everyone will appreciate, and not everyone who smiles in my face is on my side. So that's for somebody specific. There's someone around you, so be very careful. They act like your friend, but I'm getting goosebumps. They're literally preying on your downfall because they're jealous of you. So be very careful of that, guys. Then we have the Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas and inspiration, seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. It's like it shows for a few seconds and then it wants to like, I think it's trying to focus on my bear over there. There we go. So I keep getting this new brilliant idea. So you guys are, there's someone here, there's something brewing, whether it be a new business or new venture, something that you put off in the past that God is starting to bring back because it never, in times that you may think that it's gone, or, you know, you guys let go of something, you may have let it go or thought you did, but Spirit didn't. Spirit sees it. God put that in you for a reason, and it's meant to come out. It needs to manifest here, and that's why Spirit keeps bringing it up. There's some sort of new idea. I heard an invention. Maybe someone had an invention, and then you thought, man, it might be kind of stupid. Listen, there are some stupid ass, there's people out here inventing like the dumbest shit, and they're rich, and they're rich as fuck. So why can't that be you? Why can't that be you? When I was saying earlier about the message that Spirit gave me, there's just this new understanding and this new way of seeing things that you have never. It's like, you ever had like the best day of your life ever and you go, man, like no day can be better than this. And then it does. And then you have another day and you go, wow, I didn't realize I could have an even better day. An even better day. And an even better day. I just see things happening for you. And it's because you decided to detach from this control. Don't get me wrong, Spirit wants you to be disciplined in your works, to set boundaries. But know when it's time to rest. Know when it's time, you know, when it's time for Him to step in. And I know I say Him, you guys don't get so testy about it. It's just, you know what I'm talking about, same energy, whatever, Him, her, whatever. And I feel led to share this story because, but before I became a massage therapist, so something about me, I don't like sharing it too many times. I mean too much, but I'm autistic. I have some things. But who doesn't got the tism? You know what I'm saying? We all got the immunizations that kind of fucked us up in different ways. But I can be delayed, especially in social situations, especially. It gets a bit high-end when I'm around social situations because I get nervous. I tend to stutter sometimes. Even doing readings, like I love doing these recordings because it makes me feel more comfortable in my skin and not like someone staring into my eyes while I'm trying to give a reading. Something that I'm working on though. But I've never been really great at school. I've always struggled, and it wasn't until I was an adult that I realized, oh, I have all these learning disabilities. So when I went to massage school, the thing that I was really, really nervous about was taking my LMT. I mean, taking my exam, my massage exam, my NBLEX. I'm sorry, I forgot what it was called. It was my NBLEX because I thought, man, I'm really not that great at school. I really thought I wasn't smart enough. So I'm like, you know what? It doesn't hurt to try. So I go to school. When I take the NBLEX, I failed it. I was so upset. I remember telling myself, I was walking to my car crying, telling myself, you're stupid. See, you're dumb. You'll never, there's a reason why, you're autistic. You're, giving all these excuses for myself about why I couldn't pass this test. And I had this conversation, and I know I've shared this on my channel before, but whatever. If you guys haven't heard it before, here it goes. There's this YouTuber, his name is Victor Odo. And he talks a lot about manifestations. He does a lot of like moon readings and stuff like that. And at the time, this was years ago. I got my license a long time ago. So he said, I was thinking about signing up for a class with him. It was like an online coaching thing. So
before you sign up, he does like a, not a consultation, but, you know, has a phone conversation to see if we kind of align with, you know, working together. So I was just giving him my background and stuff like that. And then I told him about the massage, you know, me failing the test.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to take a sip really quick. So I told him how I failed the test, and I go,
I don't know, man. Like, part of me makes me wonder, is this the universe telling me I'm not meant to do this? Am I meant to do something else? And he goes, or, I'll never forget. He was so funny. He's such a nice guy. He's like, or maybe Spirit wants to see how bad you want it. He goes, did you really study hard for that? Can you say, Denise, that you 100% gave it your all when you studied? And I just started laughing, and I go, no. Because it was the truth. So he goes, all right, if you want it bad enough. I didn't end up signing up for his class. Not because I didn't want to. I just couldn't at the time, and things just weren't aligning for me. So I really wish I did, though. Maybe in the future. But I just thought that was funny. He said all that. Like, I didn't see that realization, and Spirit just wanted me to share with you guys. And these are the type of people that you're going to start surrounding yourself with, that whenever you're down, this is the difference between the people you had in the past to the people that you're going to surround yourself now. These are people that are going to push you. People that are going to shed light on things that you put in the fucking corner underneath, on top of underneath some dirty old clothes underneath the bed, because you don't want to face it, or you don't want to deal with it. But you know what? Your real friends, Archie, you scared me. I forgot my dog was in here. It made a weird sound that was coming from my closet. These are the type of people that are going to not only lift you up, but call you on your bullshit. Because you know what? That's a real friend. I don't want my friends to be sugarcoating shit for me. I want you to tell me how it is. And tell me to fucking stop. And tell me I'm being a dumb bitch. That's a real friend. I don't know. Spirit just cut me off to say that. But, so what did I do? Okay. So I tell myself, all right, let's do this. So I go back to studying. I downloaded this like Mblex app so that I could study accordingly, the right way. And it was like one of those tests. It was a fake practice test. So until you pass this practice test, they advise you not to take, you know, because you pay like $100 to take this damn test. Back in the day, it was like $150 or something like that. So for me to pay this again, I go, fuck, all right. So I study. I keep passing the test. So I'm like, all right, I think I'm ready. Now, when I was speaking previously about letting go and allowing God to work for you when the moment arises, when it is necessary. When I was taking this test, I will forever remember this day. I got to, it's 100 questions. I just saw 333 on the timer. That was cool. I've been getting like crazy synchron, like the times. Every time I look at the time, it's either 222, 333, 11. I'm like, I'm like, what is coming? And I feel like that's not personally, but for us collectively, that is just a confirmation that something is coming. And I feel like it's going to be big, and it's going to be beautiful, and it's just going to be amazing. It's going to make everyone happy. And I'm so excited for all of us. When I got to number 50, I started struggling. I said struggling. I was struggling about 30, 40 questions in. And I got to 50, and I just started crying. Because it was just getting so hard for me. At this point, it was like I was guessing, but I was really trying my best. So I remember praying, and I told Spirit, I said, I can honestly sit here and tell you right now that I did my best. I did everything humanly possible to make sure that I could pass this test, but I'm struggling right now, and I really need you to help me, God. Like, this is going to be on you right now. I need you. Like, this is it. This is a moment I need you to sweep in and save me. But I also said I will try my best. The last 50 questions, I promised that I wasn't, in the past when I was a kid, when I would struggle with these type of tests, especially like FCAT and stuff like that, I would get mad and just put A, B, C, what, like I would just literally write whatever because I didn't have faith in myself. I didn't try. So I said, I'm not doing that. I'm going to do my damnest, my hardest, like if I know the answer. And I did that for the remaining questions. When the lady at the front handed me my test, to be honest, I really thought I failed. Because it was so damn hard. I was like, I totally failed this again. And I was just thinking to myself, like, what am I going to do for work? What else can I do? I was in a place in my life where, I was a single mom. I was trying to move the fuck out of my mom's house. My kid is, 5 years old. I'm like, oh my God, like, what do I look like to him? Not having our own place. For me, everything was on the line. Everything was on the line. I can't believe I'm getting emotional about it right now. It's been a long time, but you know what it is? I remember that feeling where I knew it was God. I was like, the line. Thank you so much. I didn't believe, like, I looked at, I was like, did she give me the wrong paper? I was like, is this me? She's like, yeah, you passed, baby girl. You passed. I was like, oh. I couldn't stop crying. I called my best friend at the time. I called him on FaceTime crying. I was like, blah, I passed the test. He was like, you passed the test? I was like, yeah, blah, I passed it. He's like, I knew you could do it. I was like, I did it. I called my dad. I was crying. I was a mess. But you know why it gets me so emotional? Because I felt like Spirit really stepped in for me in a way that, and I feel like that's what God's trying to show us and tell us, is that, yes, I need you. I will step in for you. I also need you to do the work. There's just something, I just heard the word coherence. There's like a togetherness. There's something about the two energies merging together. I don't know why Spirit is sharing that now. That's weird. I never heard that. But like, there's something about that. Living in your spirit and truth, I heard. And that's when God steps in. When you can no longer do in the physical, that's where Spirit comes in, and that's where Spirit takes over. Excuse me. That's for somebody. All right. What else do we have? A new person enters your life. Ooh, a relationship begins a new phase. Heightened psychic. I almost said physic. I'm so tired. I need to go to bed. Heightened psychic abilities. So someone maybe, you can't even see it. Lord, please help me. Oh, you got little whales. They're so pretty. Page of water, intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. A new person enters your life. Relationship begins a new phase. High-end psychic abilities. So this is for someone. I heard it may not be a brand new person, but this is someone who is going to approach you in a new way. That's not going to be for everybody. To the point where you guys are going to be like, I thought this person was done with me. Or I never thought this person would even, maybe they could have been a friend before. I just heard past life. That's weird. I never heard that before. Someone from your past life entering into this realm that has entered here at this time to come back to you. That's for someone specific. And heightened psychic abilities. You know, it's funny, being a massage therapist, I don't know why I keep sharing this. I don't know if I have therapists or healers here, shamans like myself. But I've noticed that once I started massaging at school, that's when my abilities started kind of popping up. But recently, I feel like the last few months, it has been great. Like, just seeing stuff where it's like, I can't tell nobody because they might say I'm crazy. So don't feel that you guys are crazy. I felt the need to also share this. If you guys are feeling a little bit airy, a little bit out of your body, that just means you guys need to ground yourself. You're not going crazy. You're not losing it. You're not sick. I'm also hearing there's someone here that is hearing a lot of ringing in their ears. That is also, you do not have tinnitus, whatever the fuck that's called. It's literally spirit trying to communicate, and there's still like this struggle. It's almost like this is why it's so important to be grounded. Be careful. I heard for someone about what you eat, what you ingest in your body, drinking and stuff. Also, any type of drugs, pills, don't do that, because it's not allowing spirit to communicate. Like there's this, I hear this, like, you know, like that radio, like they're trying to tune into you, but there is something that's blocking. So you guys got to figure out, whoever this is for, if you're hearing that whatever, or if you're sleeping. I heard for someone, astral travel. If you have issues astral traveling, or if you're about to travel and then it doesn't happen, there's something within you. There's something going on. Because remember, you guys cannot, it makes it harder for them to communicate, especially if you're working with the spirits and stuff like that. For them to contact you, you have to be not only grounded, but in the right frequency. To constantly be in the frequency of love. Oh, but also when setting your boundaries, I'm not saying to sit here and let people to smack you. What is it the Bible says? If they hit my cheek, I'll let them hit the other one or something. I'm not saying that. Although you should follow that, honestly. Only because I feel like that's such a, you know, some people are like, oh, that's such a simp move, or such a like a sucker, you know, letting someone sucker punch you. But can you imagine allowing someone to do that to you and you sit there and be like, I love you? You have to be you gotta be so tapped into spirit, to love, to that Christ energy, to just allow that to happen, not let that phase you, to not let your ego be disrupted because of something that someone said to you. There's someone here that has to control their reactions to something that I just heard grandmother or mother or some type of female figure that's around you, that they just know how to push your fucking buttons. You know, it's funny. It makes me think of my son. So my son and my mom, and I feel like they argue so much because they're so much alike. But I tried to tell my son, I said, listen, if you feel like, not if he feels like, I told him, there's just some people in this life, baby, you have to understand. You have to, at the end of the day, people are going to be people. You cannot control others, but you can only control yourself and your reactions to them. And I tell him, like, baby, why you allow yourself to get so worked up over, you know, something that she says or something that upsets you? And he's like, oh, it just gets me so mad. And I say, but is it true what she says? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay, then. So why allow yourself to be so disrupted spiritually and emotionally in such a way that this person, you know, for me, if it's more like you allow this person, like how you say? I'm trying to put the words together. See, this is where the tism. I'm trying to put words together. You know, allowing people to disrupt your own sanity is you're giving them power. That's what I wanted to say. You can't give you can't give them the power. What's that movie? You got the power. You can't give them the powers. I forgot what movie that is. But you can't give them that power. You know, I keep saying that I'm not religious, but I keep pulling out Bible scriptures because I think it's still good. I don't care. I'm going to share it. There's a Bible verse that says, greater is a man who can rule his emotions than one who rules a city. If someone can sit here and say the rudest shit to you, you know what it makes me think of? Tyler Terrell. I love him. He is so funny. I've been watching him for years. And he still has some like crazy trolls like just saying dumb shit. Can you imagine if he allowed himself, and he has so many like subscribers and stuff like that, he's living his best life. And imagine if he was to react emotionally to these people who say negative things, or if they make fun of him or say something stupid or ignorant or negative to him. Can you imagine where he would be if he allowed these people to really get to him and get under his skin? He doesn't. He literally laughs. He literally will be on live and read your shit and call you out and be like, you're a dumb bitch. And you know what's funny? These people would literally just say that he's being rude and all this stuff. But like, yeah, but you started it. Like, what did you think? What you think was gonna happen? What did you think was gonna happen? You're being reciprocated the same energy that you're giving out. I'm not saying to sit here and argue with them. Set those boundaries, of course. But also don't let it mess with your spirit. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they think. What matters is what do you think about you? Or what do you think God thinks about you? You know? So for some of y'all here, you guys are having someone new into your life, or someone specifically, someone from your past life is going to re-enter into your life for a new relationship. There's going to be a new phase, and your heightened psychic abilities. And was that my last one? It was. Well, we're going to pull from another deck because Spirit told me to. Ouch. There's someone here that just needs to learn how to be okay with their authentic self. Stop caring about what people think or what people are going to say about you. When you're yourself, you will find your vibe, your true your vibe. I said your vibe. I mean, it's a whole vibe, you know, being around the right people. But you will find your true tribe. The people that God wants you to be surrounded by, the people that you're meant to be surrounded by. My light just died. Just one of them. It's like, can you please give us some advice here? Ooh, you fell. Ooh, I never pulled this one. Warrior woman. That's so pretty. Have you answered your deepest calling? Look at that. That is so fierce. That shit gives me fucking goosebumps. I never pulled this card before. Hold on. I have to read it from the book because I'm so excited about it. Ugh, I'm getting goosebumps like crazy. I'm telling you guys, there's something from your guys' past that you started and then you let go of it because you thought, you know, or life got in the way and you felt like, you know, I have to take care of this thing. And you kept putting it on the back burner. But now it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. What does it say? Oh, warrior woman. My God. Warrior woman. Where are you? Warrior woman. 56. Okay. It's such a pretty card too. Oh my gosh, I keep losing my spot. Okay. I wish I got this card with like this deck with bigger words, lettering. Okay. Hopefully that does its thing. You are here for a reason. You are being called to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living a heart and soul-led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Living a heart and soul-led life requires courage to triumph over fear. So often our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts. And the more resistance we have toward answering a calling, the more important it is to our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. Oh, I got a message for y'all for that. Hold on, but let me finish. Joan of Arc was known for her courage and her famous line, "I'm not afraid. I was born to do this." But the thing about courage is that it is not possible without fear. So if you are feeling afraid, what is needed is courage, and courage comes from living from the heart. Think of your fears as opportunities to expand rather than things that are holding you hostage. If you look at your fears in this light, then as uncomfortable as it might feel, it's actually a sign that you're on the right track. Guys, you don't understand. I swear, the stuff that I be going through, oh man. So when I was talking about being in rest and stuff like that, and I know I've been going through this because this is for the collective reading. For sure. This fear, if you guys have this fear, maybe you guys have let go of something because fear of what people might think, fear of what people might say, fear of, I don't know, I go to church and if I do this thing, people are going to look at me funny, or they're going to judge me, or they're going to tell me I'm going to hell. My family, they instill fear. Because remember, when I was speaking on the message that Spirit was giving me earlier today, there is the breaking of family curses. And specifically, I just heard the fear. There is this fear that has been instilled in you, and Spirit is literally breaking down the walls. I see like the walls literally like bricks falling down, and Spirit knocking them down for you. This is where Spirit shows up for you, because God is no longer allowing you to live in fear anymore. You know what it is? It's just the thought form. And the thought form, Spirit is saying, never belonged to you. It never belonged to you. It was never yours to hold. I am taking it from your hands now. Let me carry it. That's what I am here for. I'm here for you to lay them at my feet so that I can take this from you. You are no longer meant to hold this anymore. And you guys are going to see how drastically your lives are going to start to fucking change, guys. No longer listening to that voice in your head. Can you imagine what it would be like to live like that from now on? And you can. Spirit is telling you to do it now. This fear, this belief was never meant for you to hold. It was something that has been carried on from generation to generation to generation until it got to you and you thought to yourself, this is not the life that I want to live. This is not what I want for myself. I refuse to believe this. There is something stirring up in your spirit, and you guys know it. Even when you guys didn't understand what it was and what was happening, it was because God was moving something inside of you. Spirit was trying to show you, look here, this is how it's supposed to be. Not from what they have told you. Because from what they've told you, what is the representation of their lives? How is that, how do I say this? Like, are they representation of the life that you want? Then why would you listen to them? Why would you listen to them? Why would you listen to the fear? Why would you listen to, I heard, the obligations? If they're not even living in alignment to where you want to be or where you want to go. Why does it matter? Why do you care so much? It's what I think of you and what I believe, and I believe in you, Spirit is saying. I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you to move. I've been waiting for you to rest in me so that I can show you what this life can be when you put me first. When you rest in me. There's so much for me to show you. Spirit says. Oh, guys, I need to turn on the fan. I get hot sometimes when I get channeled. Whew. Some of you guys are going to have this breakthrough, whether it be already happened, you're in the middle of it, or one day you're just going to wake up or something. This is going to be something that's going to happen where you're just going to wake up. Is that a freaking flea? What is that? Hopefully not. My dog was just rolling around the grass. I'm like, get your ass up. There's an awakening that's happening in a way that, you know, we're constantly evolving. We're constantly growing and learning and becoming better and shedding the skin, the old skin, the snake skin of who we used to be. Always becoming something new and a better version of ourselves. It never ends. It never stops. And it doesn't stop until you allow it to stop. But because you allow to put one foot forward and to continue on your walk into becoming a bit bigger, better version of you every single time, Spirit will always show up for you. You're taking the steps. Spirit has a flashlight like this right in front of you, showing you where to go. Spirit, are there any more channel messages before I have to go? I just realized how late it was. Oh, this is supposed to be a short reading. I always do this. I'm like, we 2 hours in, guys. No, I'm just kidding. We're like an hour in almost. Spirit, is there anything else you would like to share with them? I just seen a horse. We are in the year of the horse. That's probably why I just seen that. So I don't remember what that means spiritually, but you guys can always look it up. And also, I forgot to mention to you, when I was being channeled, I knew I forgot something. When I was being channeled, I seen a lion, and it was like the lion was spitting out fire. It was kind of scary. Like, oh shit. Like, it was not. Sometimes when I get these visuals, especially, I get a lot of animals. Animals, as you can see, I have my bear here. That's one of my protectors. They just love surrounding me, so I just accept them all. Even insects, all of them. Yeah, so I seen a lion, and the lion was spitting fire out of its mouth. And it was scary because it felt very aggressive, but not in a negative, attacking way. It was more like very authoritative. And it felt like Spirit's energy, like showing me how Spirit just says the love that the divine has for you is so strong that they are willing to fight for you. They're willing to go to battle for you. And that should give you guys such, I feel so much love in my heart right now. Like, they see you. They've seen you this whole time. And you're just getting closer and closer and closer. I'm just going to close it out on that, guys, because there's nothing more I can say. There's just... Well, this reading was not what I expected. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I wanted to do 2 different videos. I was like, I'll just do 2 short ones, and then I can post them on separate days. Nope, we just have this really long one. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, summary. You guys are very close to a crazy breakthrough, and it's because of your faith in the divine, in God, that God is allowing this. And this is something I have to stress. Divine's allowing this to happen. I'm not saying you can't do this by your own will. I'm not saying that. It's the acknowledgement of there's being something bigger than you that is working with you, that is working for you, because you're allowing yourself to be in this rest, and recognizing that the rest is your power. And I'm so glad that you guys found it like I did. And I'm so excited to hear and see what it is that God has for you all. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one.